To get started on this really pretty pink look, I'm first using the Narsissist palette in the Wanted edition, and I'm using this light brown shade in the crease with a Dose of Colors blending brush. Then I'm using the shade Soft Core by ColourPop. You're going to notice that I'm actually using a ton of the ColourPop shades because they do have really pretty pink ones and they're super pigmented. And I'm using an E40 Sigma brush. And then I'm using the shade Poodle, and I'm placing that in the crease a little bit lower. This color is so pretty, and I'm not gonna lie, I was a little scared to use a pink, but it just screamed Valentine's Day that I had to do it. And then here I'm using Fair Play and Making Moves, and I'm using a featherweight brush from the Sephora collection just to place that a little bit lower and add more definition to the eyes. Now you can really intensify it as much as you'd like or as little. And I'm placing these two shades in the outer corner as well as the inner corner just to give us extra pops of color. I really wanted to go for more of a halo eye effect, so I'm using this shimmery shade from the Narsissist palette, and I'm placing that on the center of the lid. And I'm using my finger because I always feel like these colors apply best with your finger. They just add more pigment and they're really pretty. So I'm packing that color on and it looks so pretty. It has that really wet look, but honestly, like, you're gonna notice that I'm not even gonna be able to see that color as much because I am gonna use some glitter glue from NYX and I'm gonna place that on the same area. And then using the NYX Rose pigment, or glitter rather, I'm placing that with a liner brush and I'm going to intensify it even more. Here I'm just using the same featherweight brush. I haven't added any extra product. Just kidding, I think I did. And I'm placing the two darker shades once more. And then in the crease, I'm going in with the E40 brush just to blend it out further. And using a super tiny Morphe brush, I'm using the Making Moves color just to give us more of that halo effect. So again, placing it on the outer corner and inner corner. Once I've achieved the intensity that I want, I'm going to go and add some more glitter and give us that super halo effect. Here, I'm just going to go straight into the lashes. I used the Studio Effects by Ardell in the Demi Wispy style. It looks so pretty. I know I didn't use any winged eyeliner because I really wanted the halo effect to stand out and for the pink to be nice and vibrant. Then I'm using the shade Full Zipped by ColourPop just to give me a nice highlighted effect. And going back in with Poodle and what's the other color? Fair Play. I'm deepening up the crease just a little bit more. Now that I have those lashes, I can really see what colors are standing out. And you'll notice that I'm also holding the brush a little bit closer just to get that deep color a little bit more. For the skin, I'm starting off by using the Fenty primer and the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Tan. I saw Dizzle from Instagram do this technique and her skin always looks flawless, so I really wanted to try this out before applying my foundation. And I'm blending it out with a Sephora collection complexion brush, which is like the beauty blender version of a brush, and it's so beautiful. Then going in with the foundation, I'm using the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation in the shade Valencia, and I'm blending that out with a Sephora airbrush brush. To make sure that the skin looks even more flawless, I'm also using the Fenty Beauty sponge, and I'm pressing that into the skin just to get rid of any cakey layers. Then to highlight my complexion, I'm using the Makeup Revolution concealer in the shade C8. I've really been enjoying this concealer and it gives my skin that extra highlighted effect that I really enjoy. And I'm just placing it in the areas that I usually do and then blending it out with a sponge. Really take your time with this so that it's nice and seamless. And that way it doesn't look super intense as well. I also like to use the Real Techniques setting brush just to blend it out further. My lips tend to be super chapped, so here I'm just using the Ulta Beauty lip oil. I've really been enjoying it, and I actually got it for my birthday, so I've been using it a lot. Then to set the areas that I use the concealer and also the rest of my face, I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent powder first, and I'm using that in the areas that I placed the concealer, like I mentioned. And I'm just pressing it into the skin rather than baking because I feel like it gives me the best coverage as well as the best staying power. For the rest of my skin, I'm going to go in with the NARS Crystal Translucent Powder, which I am obsessed with. It just gives my skin the most skin-like finish, and it wears really well on my complexion. Plus, it doesn't give me any flashback. Then for bronzer, I'm actually changing it up a little bit, and I'm using the TooFaced Sun Bunny, I think that's the name of it, bronzer, just to give me that extra glow to my skin. I really wanted the skin to be really nice and pretty, but soft and not too intense, so I decided to use this bronzer instead. And I'm applying it in the cheek area, on my forehead, my chin, just everywhere that I normally do, as well as the sides of my nose as well. To contour just a tiny bit, I'm using the Mineralized Skin Finish by MAC in the shade Dark Deepest. This is so pretty and it just melts into my skin, and I've been really enjoying this. I also like to use this as a bronzer, but I wanted to use it as a contour for today. And don't forget to get that nose. As for blush, I'm using the Sigma blush in the shade Nymphea. It's such a pretty pink blush, and I just want everything to be nice and pink because it's Valentine's Day, and I think it just completed the look really well. Plus, it's not like a super Barbie pink, so I did enjoy it a lot. Then to highlight my skin, I'm using the Becca and Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop highlighter. I haven't used this in such a long time, and I forgot how good it is, so I decided to pull it out one more time. Then to work on the lower lash line, I'm using the shades Soft Core and Secrets, just so that it looks very similar to the top of the eyes, just to give it that nice unison. And then using the shades Poodle and Fair Play as well, but focusing mostly on the outer corners. Lately, I've been loving applying mascara to my bottom lash, and I've really been enjoying this Voluminous X mascara from L'Oreal. I feel like it makes them look nice and full and long. As for lips, you guys know I cannot stay away from the MAC Mahogany Lip Liner. It's just my ultimate favorite, and it's gliding on so smoothly because of that lip oil. And then to fill it in, I'm using the Kylie Cosmetics lip liner in Posy K, which is so pretty. It's nice and pink. Now, this look in particular was a little too pink for me, so then I decided to use Kimmy, which is one of the liquid lipsticks from the KKW and Kylie Cosmetics collaboration, and it was so pretty. I could have left it as is, but you guys know how much I love some gloss. So once I finished applying this color, then I went straight in with the Coco K lip gloss, and this just toned it down a little bit and made it more of like a nice soft romantic pink as opposed to bubblegum pink. I had completely forgotten how great this lip gloss is. It glides on like a dream. It's very pigmented and it goes really well alone or on top of lipsticks. So I definitely have to reach for this just a little bit more. Then to finish up the eyes and the entire look, I'm using the shade On the Fence, also by ColourPop, and I'm placing that in the inner corner. It has such a pretty tint of pink, and it just completed the entire look. And there you have it. That is my Valentine's Day inspired look that I created for you guys. I really loved how it came out, and I hope that you guys did too. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.